6 different French wine terms. Six must-know French wine term. 6 must-know French wine term to sound like a pro. Are you ready? Let's go! Are you ready? Let's go! Hi, wonderful people! Hi, wonderful people! Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. National French Day. Or is it National French Day? Today by learning pula. Hi, wonderful people! Nice to see you again. This is Trina, not Wana, not Tuna, but Trina. How is everyone getting on? Selangor is the FMCO now, and we don't know when is it gonna end. God knows. Nevertheless, today is a very special day because today is the French National Day. Yes, French National Day, which is on the 14th of July. And I thought maybe we could do something interesting about French wine, don't we? So that's why I came up with this video on introducing you to the 6 French wine terms that you need to know to sound like a pro. Are you ready? Let's go! Appellation Origine Contrôlée, or more known as AOC. The INAO created the AOC. So what is the usage of this AOC and why you should know about AOC? Why you should know AOC is because when you know the AOC, you can actually know what is the grape of the wine. Aha! Why is it so? This is because French wine do not, or should I say, really do not write the grape name on the bottle. It will only write the name of the place the wine is from. Under the AOC rule, certain grapes are able to be planted at certain locations only. So that is why when you look at the AOC, you can actually know what is the grape inside the wine. So the next time you see a particular AOC, you can actually tell people that, oh, this is AOC. The grapes is blah, 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 blah. Sound interesting, isn't it? Anyway, so there is also another client that told me that they want to look for a particular French wine, and they tell me that the name of the wine is Bordeaux. Then I said, are we going for skin enhancement or what? So it turns out it's not Bordeaux, but it's actually Bordeaux. Okay, Bordeaux. Remember that, Bordeaux. In Cantonese, we call it Bordeaux. Okay, so remember the next time it's not Bordeaux, is actually Bordeaux, and this is actually one of the AOC of French wine and also one of the very famous French wine around the world. By the way, in Malaysia, or should I say in Malay language, Bordeaux actually equals to stupid. So do you want to drink Bordeaux wine or do you want to drink Pandai wine? That is something that is just a joke. Anyway, now it happens there was one time another client actually asked me, they say, do you know actually French wine has some cha? There's some cha in there. Then I say, what kind of cha are we talking about? Are we talking about tea? So apparently when he showed me the bottle, I had a very great laugh. Why? Because he was showing me the name of the wine, which start with CHA. So the next very important wine term that you need to know is this, which is we call Chateau, not Zado, not Zado, really Zado, I tell you. So anyway, it's called Chateau. It's French. The CH actually sound like SH. That's why it's pronounced as Chateau. But anyway, the TEAU, you don't pronounce it as Deo. So it's Cha or Deo. So like, oh, this is getting very confusing. Just remember, it's Chateau. Chateau. And the meaning of Chateau is actually castle. So this is a term used by a winemaker, or should I say, it's used long time ago, where most of the wineries are actually a very beautiful chateau. But nowadays it's not the case. When we say chateau, maybe the place is not really a chateau or not really a castle. It could be something else. Next one, I would say, is something very interesting, because I think if you look at the word itself, you would actually understand, or should I say, it's really not a tough one to remember, because it's only 4-letter words. Sorry, it's a 4-letter word. Don't worry, it's not a bad word. Nevertheless, it's actually this word. Why is it important? This particular wine is really getting famous, or should I say it's getting it hype. Should I say there is always a hype for this because of its beautiful color. And in Malaysia, I'm actually quite surprised why no one is actually drinking more of this wine, because of our weather is so hot. Nevertheless, I have a lot of people that I came across, or should I say a lot of clients that I came across that tell me that, Trina, can I have rose wine? Then I say that, mana lah, or where lah, I'm going to find that rose for you. Okay, so actually what they wanted was rosé. Okay, rosé wine. As I said, this is French term. You have to pronounce it properly in French, which is rosé. Okay, so from today onwards, please don't tell people I want the rose wine. I want rosé wine. All right. Now the next term, I would say that you will normally find on white wine, and I'm not sure actually whether on the include in the list, but I think knowing the exact pronunciation of these words, it actually can make you sound really sound like a pro lah, or at least sound like macam yes. Anyway, this is the word. Now this is a tough one if you really want to look into this. We are taught in English language or Malay language, so when we want to read this particular wine term, is going to be challenging. It's just like one time I remember the function of a thermomix. So happens that this particular person was looking at the thermomix and say, oh, you should use the shoe white function. You say, what is shoe white function of thermomix? Never heard also. So actually, he or she actually meant sous vide. Okay, sous vide. So that is the challenge of French wine. So for this particular term, it's called surly. Surly, like sir, you know how you call Sir Lee. So remember Lee. I think Lee not tough. A lot of people have the surname Lee. So Sir Lee. So what does Sir Lee means, and why is it important for you to know? Because in Malaysia, we actually have wines that done Sir Lee. So what is Sir Lee? Sir Lee is actually wines that are made with still dead yeast inside. The dead yeast is actually for the extra creaminess. So that's why if a wine, especially white wine, if a white wine is done surely, you can actually expect it to be much more buttery and creamy. So it's good to know. And most of the time, the most common French wine you can find made surely is actually from Loire Valley. So the Muscadet, normally you can say Muscadet surly. So that one is a few words for you. Try to process it. Or should I say, there's a few words for you. Remember, surly, not surly or selai or selai. Definitely not selai and not serai. Now we come to this next term, which is synonym with French wine. Only French wine, or should I say, only French wine have been using it quite often. There was a time that there was this particular client that mentioned, I know this, or I know French wine is special because they are very terroir. They are very terroir. You know, in Malay, or should I say in Malay language, terroir means actually something very powerful. So I said, oh, okay, yes, they are great wines, you know. So actually, no, they are made terroir. They are made like terroir. So I said, what do you mean terroir? Then after that, I realized that, oh, what he meant was actually terroir, all right, terroir. Terroir is something that has been, I would say, synonym with French wine, because I think this term was used by a French winemaker to describe factors that surround, or the factors that affect the wine. Okay, so it's called terroir. It could be the humidity, it could be the weather, it could be the water, it could be the soil. It's everything bao ka liao lah, everything all in once. So remember, next time people say French wine a lot of terroir, don't say terroir, it's actually terroir. It's terroir. Terroir give French wine character. Sound atas, huh? There you have it, wonderful people. The 6 different French wine terms that you need to know to sound like a pro. It's not my intention to make fun of everyone, but it's just that I think it's important, or should I say, it's just that I want to make it fun for you so that you can actually really remember these 6, which I can guarantee you with these 6, you will sound different as a wine drinker, especially a person that drinks French wine. Hope to see you next time. So, papa for now, or should I say, au revoir, à bientôt.